Welcome back, guys. This is Two Guys from Work podcast. It's been a minute. Sorry with the holidays and everything been going up with us, and we just been having hard times trying to put out a podcast. But here's a special little Christmas holidays edition episode that we're gonna put out. We're gonna talk about some of the teams that in need for a quarterback. We talk about the playoffs. We're gonna talk about who clinched, who's about to clinch, and we're gonna get right back into it. How you doing, Mr. JC?
I'm doing just fine. Doing
Good,
just
good,
fine.
good, good, good.
Look, especially with the fact that both of us are officially eliminated from
Yeah,
playoff contention. Uh, you know, so we're definitely like Jr. said, we're going to be talking about teams um, that have clinched but still fighting for say the first round bye
right,
for the
right.
home field throughout the playoffs, and and then the ones that haven't clinched yet, but have a chance to do so as early as this week. I mean, we only have 2 weeks
Well,
left
2 weeks
before
left
the
for the regular
playoffs.
season. Yeah, yeah. And mind you guys too, we at work, so we might have some people popping in and out, but never mind that. That's what this podcast is about. Two guys from work. So,
Yep.
you know. All right, so let's jump into it.
So, all right. So let's go ahead and do the playoffs. Let's start with the AFC teams. So far,
Say who clinched. Yeah, there you go.
yeah, so far the teams that have clinched in the AFC is the Denver Broncos, the Patriots, the Jaguars, the Chargers, and the Buffalo Bills. And so there's only two spots left to fill as far as for the playoffs for the AFC. But
Just to fight for that. What is that? Houston,
so
Baltimore,
so you
and the
have
Colts.
so five teams that are still alive in the AFC, or four teams. My apologies. Is the Steelers, Houston Texans, Indianapolis Colts, and the Baltimore Ravens.
Ravens.
Now, three out of the four divisions have already been, you know, really they're still up for grabs.
Yeah.
Um, but the first division that could potentially get clinched as soon as this week is the AFC North,
Hmm.
with Pittsburgh being 2 games ahead of the Ravens. So realistically, the only way that the Ravens can be able to get into the playoffs is to win that
To win.
division.
Yeah. And that's almost kind of
But
realistic right now at this point
but
with Steelers.
with that, um, yeah, the Steelers have to lose their last 2 games,
Exactly.
and the Ravens have to win their last 2 games, and then the Ravens would get in based on the tiebreaker.
But they played each other that last
They
game,
play
right?
each other last
Last
game.
game. Yeah.
Yeah.
So one of them. Yeah.
So, but with that being said, I have a feeling, and this is just me, that the Ravens would be put out of their misery this week with
Yeah, because
Pittsburgh winning.
Pittsburgh. Yeah.
Um, Now, with that being said, as far as for the last wild card spot, um, it's going to come down to between Houston and Indianapolis.
Well, it probably don't help too because the Colts lost last night.
Right. So with the
So
Colts,
they kind of put
yeah.
them in a bind.
So with the Colts losing last night, now they're 2 games behind the Texans.
Right. Right.
So if the Texans were to win this week,
Then Colts
then
can
they'll
count. So
then
it's
they'll
just-
clinch,
yeah.
and then it's just a matter of dealing with the divisions.
Right. Right.
So
right.
none of the divisions in the AFC have been clinched yet.
Right.
So let's just make that clear. None of them have been clinched yet. Now, they could all be clinched as early as this weekend
Mm-hmm.
and have it not come down to the last week of the season.
Right.
With Detroit or the Denver Broncos are currently tied for the number one seed with the New England Patriots. Um, Denver is 12-3, and the Chargers are 11-4. So that it's a 2-team race for that division. If Denver wins this week and the Chargers lose, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. They clinch.
Yeah.
If Denver wins and New England loses, now they're a game ahead of everybody for that number 1 seed for a home field advantage for the first round bye. So, and New England is battling with Buffalo for the
For
AFC
the C
East.
East, yeah.
So, with New England being 12-3 and the Bills being 11-4. And then for the AFC South, it's between Jacksonville and Houston for that division. Now, Jacksonville's already clinched a playoff spot
Yeah.
with the Colts losing last night. But with that being said, Houston still has a chance of winning that division
Mm-hmm.
with them being a game behind Jacksonville.
Right.
So
Who Jacksonville have next? Because
so
I'm sitting here looking at the Patriots now. They have the Jets. They have the Jets, and then they have Miami. And I don't see the Patriots losing those 2 games.
mhm.
So potentially that's like a clinch for them. But for Jacksonville, they play the Colts next week.
So Jacksonville plays the Colts,
Yeah, then
which
they
is a
play
must-win
Tennessee.
for the Colts just to try to stay in it.
Exactly.
And
And
then
then-
Houston's playing the Chargers,
Yeah.
which that's more of a must-win game for Houston, but it's also a must-win game for the Chargers
Right.
in order
Right.
to still try to win the division.
Right. Because they got the Denver Broncos
because
right
they're
over top
right
of them.
behind them
Yeah.
by a game.
Who do they play this week? 'Cause-
The Denver Broncos,
Yeah.
they play the Kansas City Chiefs
You can't really
Thursday night.
tell with that game. Well, who that quarterback? Who Chiefs quarterback?
That's a good question.
We get into that segment in a minute, but yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. They played Chiefs, so
So yeah, I don't know. It's
I'm looking here. They said practice squad QB, but who is it?
yeah. So with the Chiefs, their quarterback is, if it'll actually,
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Can I start? Chris. I'm gonna mess that word up.
Chris
Oh.
Oladokun.
Yeah, Odekin. I was gonna say
Yeah.
Odekin.
So
Chris. I
Yeah.
never heard of him. A 4th-year quarterback who was originally entered the league in the 7th year from South Dakota State. He was with
pretty much
Pittsburgh
he's a
Steelers.
no-name.
Yeah, he's a practice squad quarterback. So
He's a
you can't
no-name
really-
quarterback.
yeah,
So the odds of
them losing that game. Is,
Denver losing, I don't see them losing that game.
and honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you. If I was the Chiefs, I wouldn't even play my starters for real.
No,
'Cause it's
see
like-
what you got.
Yeah,
At this
do like what we did. Just put in everybody that to see if you're gonna cut them or
Right.
not. You get what I mean? Just to
Right.
clear up that space. But at the same time, it's like you don't want to get anybody hurt for next year.
Exactly.
You're taking a risk. You're taking a big hit. So basically, just see what you got in your rookies. See what you got with your practice squad people.
Yep. So moving on to the NFC conference. The teams that have already clinched in this conference is Seahawks, the Bears, the Eagles, or the E word. I know. It's been too long.
Yeah.
Plus the butt whooping they gave us Saturday. I'm just saying. Yeah. The 49ers and the Rams. So there's 4 teams left in the hunt for the playoffs, and that's the Carolina Panthers, the Green Bay Packers, the Lions, and the Buccaneers. So now with that, the that team from Philadelphia. They're the only team that has clinched their division,
Yeah.
and they did that courtesy of
But with
winning down here last Saturday.
Yeah.
And in my stadium. Wasn't too happy about that.
Yeah.
That's why I went to the movies last week.
To forget about it.
Yeah, I knew it was gonna happen anyway. I didn't even want to watch the massacre. But with that being said, for Carolina, so Carolina right now is leading the NFC South division.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they're a game ahead of the Buccaneers. So if Carolina wins this week and Tampa Bay loses, Carolina wins their division. But if they lose and Tampa Bay wins, it's going to come down to next week.
Well, that's going to be pretty hard for.
And
they play the Seahawks
this
week.
Seahawks, yeah.
And they play the Bucks the week after.
So
it's going to be kind of hard.
So it could
but
be
their division not even that good, I want to say.
Right. So it definitely could be a potentially a win or go home game next weekend, and
right.
final week of the season, playing for
right.
the division. So currently,
they would need to win that game because, like you said, the Bucks is right.
They're right behind them. Yeah.
So that game's going to determine who's going to be on top for the division.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Yep. So with that, you have Green Bay and Detroit as the final two teams fighting for that final playoff spot.
Yeah.
Because regardless, Carolina, I think Carolina gets in. They'll either get in with the division, or they'll be out completely.
Yeah.
And then with Green Bay's 9-5-1. They have that one tie there.
That's what Cowboys, right?
Yeah. So with them having that tie, in order for them,
so that tie kind of hurt them.
It can hurt them, and it can also help them because it's that half game there.
Mm-hmm.
So, because they're fighting with the Lions to get into the playoffs.
Right.
As a wild card.
Right.
So with the Lions being 8-7, the Lions have to win out. They have to win their last two. And Green Bay they only have to win one of their last two in order to be able to clinch.
Lions got Vikings and Bears. Vikings this week and Bears the week afterwards.
Right, so it's not going to be easy.
It's not going to be easy.
And Green Bay has the Ravens this week. So it's possible Green Bay could seal it up Saturday night when they play the Ravens.
Yeah, but that's still hard too. Because some way, somehow, Ravens probably still can make it to the playoffs if they beat Steelers. So they would have to win this game.
Right, they would have to win this game
against Green Bay
and
then
beat
Steelers, which is a divisional game. I'm not saying that it can't be done, but everything is on the line. So they would have to. Is that game in Baltimore or is it?
It's in Pittsburgh. Yeah, in Pittsburgh.
So
it's going to be very interesting.
Yeah, these next 2 weeks is going to be everything for a couple of teams.
Yeah. So, and like right now you have Seattle, Chicago, Philly, San Francisco, and the Rams all fighting for that number 1 seed. So it's And right now, San Francisco and the Rams are wild card teams, but they're 11-4.
Yeah,
Seattle's 12-3. They're only one game behind Seattle.
that's crazy.
And then you have the Bears at 11-4.
That just goes to show you how good like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
division is.
And really, I mean, the Bears aren't even guaranteed to win the NFC North right now, because with them being 11-4, Green Bay's 9-5-1.
Right.
So,
Who else in their division?
Detroit and Minnesota. So Minnesota's already been
Yeah,
eliminated.
eliminated. Yeah.
Detroit, the only way they get in is wild card.
Right. Right.
Yep.
Yeah. But even their division is good too. I mean,
Yeah.
the Vikings is 7-8, and that's still a good record. Honestly, you know.
Right. So I mean, realistically, if you're looking at it, it's a 4-team race for that final
Mm-hmm.
playoff slot.
Yeah.
It's a 4-team race for no, it's a 5-team race for the number 1 seed in the NFC. It's a 4-team race for the final playoff slot,
Right.
because the NFC South, because Carolina and Tampa Bay both haven't clinched yet.
Right.
And so you figure whichever one clinches their division, now you got to see where the records stand for Green Bay and Detroit
Right.
as far as if they make it
Maybe
in or not.
yeah.
You know, but you know what? Realistically, though, because if Carolina loses and Tampa Bay wins, then they can't catch Green Bay anyway. Because regardless, Green Bay, the worst they can finish is 9-7-1.
Right. Right. So that's
So
what goes
really, it's coming down to Green Bay and Detroit
Detroit. Yep.
for that,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's going to come down to Carolina and Tampa Bay for the division.
Right. Right. Right.
So regardless, whoever wins the AFC South, the other team's out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, whereas the AFC West is going to have 3 teams represented. The NFC East will have 1 team. The NFC South will have 1 team. And then the NFC North will have 2 teams.
Right. Right.
So it'd be Chicago and then either Green Bay or the Lions.
Hmm.
So with 2 weeks to go, yeah, it's gonna be very interesting
Right. Right.
to see
Right.
what happens here. So.
And what? If we can go to the next segment with this.
Mhm.
What plays a big effect in all of that? Injuries.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of key
Yeah.
injuries in some of these teams to
Yes.
make it to that next level to
Yes.
proceed to go to the playoffs.
So we'll just stick with the NFC for right now, since
You'll be on there already.
we're already there. But like with the NFC, so Carolina, they're not having too many injuries right now. You
No.
know, they're one of those teams that kind of snuck in there. They were
Right.
quiet.
Hey, now I do have a question though. What
Mhm.
happened to their quarterback? I seen that they have another quarterback in there.
What? Andy Dalton? Is he in there now?
No, he's not in there either.
Oh.
I know it wasn't.
Well, you know, there's been a lot of injuries at the quarterback position this year.
What's his name? They was about to get rid of him, but he ended up playing. I was just about to say his name. Bryce Young. He's not. Hold on, I'll
So
find out.
he's not in there now?
No, I seen unless they like put him in for something. I thought I seen him not playing.
Yeah.
You can.
So while you're looking that up,
Yeah.
you know, a potentially big injury that could potentially determine that last wild card spot is Green Bay. with Jordan Love being in concussion protocol.
Maybe I was seeing things. They saying that he was playing Bryce Young. I could have
So,
sworn I seen somebody else in there though.
but yeah, so with Jordan Love being in concussion protocol, that could potentially mess up
That kind, yeah,
Green Bay.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
The thing is to see if he plays this week against the Ravens. That's
right?
gonna make a big. Well, the Ravens need to see about Lamar.
Yeah, yeah,
But I feel like Huntley did okay the other night, but still, like,
yeah. Because I mean, the Ravens are down with that.
yeah,
Yeah, Pittsburgh. Metcalf is suspended the next two games.
for that the
For
fan incident, yeah.
yeah. Um,
New England, my guy Travion Henderson,
oh yeah,
he went down.
yep, with him going down. Um,
Jacksonville, I ain't heard him have too many
no,
injuries.
Jacksonville's been kind of healthy. Buffalo's been kind of healthy.
Yeah,
Chargers, their big injury was Herbert, but
Yeah.
he came back. Houston's, they've been another sneaky team to where they were injured.
Philip
and
Rivers, oh my God, man.
Yeah,
Like, he
I
still
mean,
got it.
with Indy,
Yeah.
you know,
Even though they lost last night, but he still got a little gas in the tank.
yeah, 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 yeah. I think his high school football team that he coaches gave him a motivation speech
Yeah, yeah,
before going out there and playing.
right.
You know, so but I think they won their state championship this year too.
Probably so.
So
Probably so.
running the same offense that the Colts are running,
That's crazy.
but on the high school level.
That's crazy.
So that's insane.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know. But yeah, I mean, with the Ravens though, yeah, with Lamar getting hurt, so his status is questionable for this week. But also with their running game, man, you know, Harbaugh is not used. This is the second year with Derrick Henry,
Fumbling.
but when you have a running back that is a bell cow back like he is, and not even so much with the fumbles, but if you see that he is having a heck of a game, even off the first drive, why are you pulling him out and not really playing him?
Exactly.
You know, the Ravens are 7-8 right now. Out of all the games that they've lost, I guarantee you, if they had left Henry in there and actually played him and used him the way they should have, the Ravens could easily be 10-5 right now and controlling that division.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's like, look what he did the other night. Like, keeping him in there for a long time and having that potential of him coughing the ball up. You know what I mean? Like, look at him that Buffalo game. Same thing. They ran them, kept running them. And eventually, it starts to tear on him, or he's just too tired and he's clumsy.
Right.
He just coughed the ball up, you know?
Right.
So,
But
when he's hot, he's hot. When he's
yeah.
hot and you keep running him, it's just like,
So,
I think he needs that break. But if you don't give it to him, then things like what happened the other night happen.
so let me ask you this. Was he fumbling the ball before Lamar got hurt?
No.
There's your answer.
Yeah.
There's your answer. They don't utilize him the way they should when Lamar is healthy.
Yeah.
Because Lamar is a ball hog.
Yeah.
He likes to hold the ball and take it himself.
Yeah, when it's 3rd and 4, you already know what time it is. They not doing no tush push. They're gonna spread it out, open it up, let Lamar hike it. He look at his nothing there. He want to run it anyway. He's gonna run it and get the extra 4 yards plus more. So you already know what's coming.
And with a potential fumble.
That too.
Because he doesn't know how to protect the football.
Yeah, he hold it like a loaf of bread just with one hand.
Exactly. So Henry fumbles the ball, but at the same time, you know, Lamar's just as guilty.
Yeah.
Just as guilty for it.
Yeah.
You know. And so with that kind of leads us into our next segment is dealing with all the injuries at the quarterback position this year.
Yeah.
You know, I'll go ahead and just I'll start with the Commanders with my team. We have had so many injuries this year.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, our roster got completely obliterated.
Yeah.
With injuries, and just when the team got healthy, we had more injuries.
Mm-hmm.
With Jaden hurting his leg, to then I think he rolled his ankle,
Mm-hmm.
and then hurting his elbow, and then re-injuring the elbow. Then they just finally shut him down.
Now you know what I'm about to ask you. So we talked about it like a week ago.
Yep.
Do you think it's time to find another quarterback? Not to say to replace Jaden Daniels, but find that one quarterback that you can trust until he get hurt. I mean, until he gets back available, and then utilize him that way.
No.
You don't think so?
No. And the reason why I say that is because let's look at what happened early on in the season. Okay? You had Eckler get hurt towards Achilles. You had Samuel get hurting his heel.
Right.
Dealing with that heel injury all year.
Right.
You had McLaurin out with his ankle for 4 games. Lattimore getting hurt.
Right.
On the defensive side of the ball.
On the defensive side of the ball, yeah.
So we're dealing with injuries
all over, not just
over
one.
The place.
Yeah, just not one side. It's both sides.
Yeah, it was both sides. Even the kicker was hurt.
Yeah.
So all 3 phases of the game were affected by injuries this year. But it's hard to win a football game when you don't have the weapons.
Yeah.
And when your offensive line is injured.
Beat up.
To where you're playing behind a makeshift line every week.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the same starting offensive line.
Right.
To where they're not able to play together enough to build chemistry.
Right.
To be able to protect them, or to be able to open holes for the running backs.
Right.
And then when you're going into a game with only 2 healthy wide receivers, that doesn't help anything either.
Yeah.
And I think that because of all of that, that's what led Jaden to get hurt so much this year. Because he felt the pressure as the leader of the team to put it on his shoulders.
Like it was too much. It was overwhelming.
Yes. To where he felt that in order to win, to have the best chance to win, he had to take control of that game.
Right.
And he did it one too many plays to where it just it backfired.
Yeah.
It seemed like this year it didn't matter what move or what move the coaches made, what play they called, it didn't matter. Somebody was getting hurt.
Yeah.
And we were losing players for the year. I mean, look, Zach Ertz, the week that Jaden came back from his elbow injury, we had our entire offensive unit on the field for the very first time all season. Jaden gets knocked out of the game. Zach Ertz season ends with a torn ACL.
Mm-hmm.
And then let's go to the last week. Mariota got knocked out.
Mm-hmm.
They're talking about starting Josh Johnson this week.
Oh man.
So we're on our third string quarterback.
That's the quarterback for used to be on the Ravens, right?
Yeah, he was on the Ravens. He was actually with us when we were still the Redskins under Jay Gruden.
Oh man.
and we actually had a shot at making the playoffs when he was with us. You know,
Dang.
do you know that his only win as a starter came when he played with us?
That's crazy.
He only has one win as a starter,
Uh-huh.
and that was when he was playing with the Redskins.
Mm-hmm. Dang, that's crazy, man.
Yeah.
But I mean, in my eye, I mean, I got a different look at it because I've been there and done that too. Like with Tua having so many concussions and Tyreek being out for one game, and Waddle being out for one
Mhm.
game, and Darren Waller and stuff like that with the injury bug. So I know all about that. But I feel like again too, like you guys, not saying Mariota's not good, but I feel like y'all need another. I'm not gonna say draft one, but get a better quarterback than Mariota. I feel
Right.
like just to have that reassurance because
Right.
like this is what the second year of Daniel's getting hurt. Yeah, he's have the pressure of like everything being on him, but at the same time, it's like you want to have that reassurance to make sure like, hey, like if he gets hurt again because he's injury prone now. At this point, you got to call
Mhm.
him injury prone. So you have to think about the what ifs at this point and make sure you have somebody else to carry the load to finish off the season, just until he gets back healthy, and then you can just insert him back in, or if not, just sit him and just let him get healthy, or if he get hurts again and you guys get another quarterback, then what 2027? Then what you guys got to really think about, like, hey, do we really need to uh, pay this guy or give him the 5th-year option,
Right.
or we really do need to go in a direction to get another quarterback at
Right.
that point? You know what I mean? But
Right. Right. So yeah. So I don't know. I mean, honestly, I think having Daniels, holding on to Mariota, and I mean honestly, I like Josh Johnson.
yeah,
He's a journeyman quarterback,
you
but
just got to win games. You need him to
but
win games.
yeah, but he is a good one. He's a good one to have around. He has a lot of experience. He's seen a lot in his time in the league with so many different teams that he's played for.
I'm gonna tell you who'd be a good backup quarterback for you guys.
Who's that?
Tua Tagovailoa.
Give him to the Steelers.
Hey, side note, he beat y'all 2 times.
He still sucks. Still
By
sucks.
the way, if you guys don't know, I have my guy JC over here in Dolphins gear. We're gonna find out some kind of way to put that picture inside, the video or something. But he looked real swifty in it. I like him in a little teal and orange. He looked real good.
It sucked. It sucked. That was the worst day of the football season.
We got a lot of pictures of him in that gear. He looked real good.
With me having to wear
It was real good.
that garbage.
But honestly, with that game too, y'all supposed to win that game.
We were supposed to.
Y'all supposed to win that game.
We were supposed to.
We just lucked up. I think we both was like trying to give the game up, honestly.
Yeah. But of course, I mean, it's only fitting it had to go into overtime.
Right.
So, and you never know. If we had won, who knows where our season would have went.
You guys only won 3 games.
No, we won 4.
5 games.
hey, you never know. It could, jumpstart. You gotta lose the.
Sure.
You gotta stop the losing streak somehow.
Sure. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
And we get Lamar next year for our quarterback.
Hey, look. You know what? If the Ravens do a clean house scenario, you never know.
I don't know about all that. But what you think about Chiefs
Man,
and their quarterback? I know we talked about it a little bit earlier.
that's
one of the quarterback injuries too.
I think
They're gonna have to sit him next year.
Mahomes he's played through injuries, and he's had some close calls to season-ending injuries, but he's never had one as bad as tearing the ACL.
Right, right.
So he's got a long road ahead of him for recovering from that. And then, but for the Chiefs to have back-to-back weeks of their starting quarterback tearing their ACL,
That's crazy.
that's insane.
Yeah, that's like some Dolphin stuff right there. That's so Dolphins.
Right, that's insane.
Yeah.
Now, with that being said, I think that, Mahomes has been in the league long enough to where I think they need to consider drafting a quarterback. Not saying to play him next year, but have another quarterback set up in line.
I got the perfect idea again.
Send two over there.
Him and Tyreek. Tyreek already know the system.
Yeah.
Sandwich them both over there and send a deal at them. There you go.
Yeah. It's not a bad idea.
It's not a bad idea.
Not a bad idea. Yeah.
More of the story, Tua need to leave Miami, but that's for another time.
Miami gonna suck regardless. So.
Yeah, we are. We still gonna beat the Commanders, but we still gonna suck.
So are you saying that when you play the Commanders, that's your Super Bowl for the year?
When we beat Buffalo, that's our Super Bowl, and we beat Buffalo this year.
Okay.
And we just didn't beat them. We beat them by 25.
Yeah, but Buffalo's in your division.
That's what I'm saying. It's like you guys beating the Eagles by 30. Don't that feel like a Super Bowl? Especially if they go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's like an NFC Championship.
Yeah. The same thing with us in Buffalo.
Yeah, AFC Championship.
What?
So now let's talk about Super Bowl.
Okay. What's my predictions? Who I think is going?
Who you think is going to go?
Mm.
Right now, with who's already clinched and who's left, who goes in there?
I want to say. I don't want to be wrong. I want to say Denver and maybe the E word.
I could see that.
Denver and the E word.
I could definitely see that.
Yeah. Or and that's what I want. But what I feel like was gonna happen, and I don't mind it. I mean, even though it'll suck, but Patriots and the E word.
I think.
You gotta add Patriots in there.
Yeah.
They playing some good ball right now.
I think it could definitely be Broncos and Patriots in the playing for who goes into the Super Bowl.
Right. At least that. Right. At least that.
And then whoever comes out of that is going to be playing the E word.
Yeah.
Now, with that being said, though, is I would say don't count out the Seahawks. And
I forgot. Yes.
And don't count out the Bears.
No, I take that back. I'm taking that back.
Because the Bears are a sneaky team, but the Seahawks, their defense, man.
That's what. And I want to see Seahawks and Patriots. That'll be good.
That's going to be. I think it would be Seahawks and Eagles in the NFC Championship.
Yeah.
I would love to see the Seahawks make it to the Super Bowl.
Seahawks.
If it's them and the E word.
Yeah.
In the championship game.
Yeah. They playing some good ball. I forgot about the Seahawks.
So. Yeah, so it's definitely going to be interesting.
It is.
It's going to be some fun, very fun January football.
Right.
That's what it's going to be.
Right. And before it's all said and done, I don't know. We're going to get together and see what we're going to do. But at least, I say 2 weeks or maybe a week, we might do a little short video or something just to keep you guys updated and get our thoughts on, what's been happening in the league. And, definitely before Super Bowl, we're going to make some videos.
Mm-hmm.
But, with the holidays and everything right here close. But most definitely, you'll hear from us and you'll hear our thoughts and everything what's going on.
Yep, definitely. And, so we'll try to get another one in probably once the season's over.
Yeah.
I would say once we know exactly what the matchups are going to be for a wild card weekend
Right.
of the playoffs.
Before playoffs. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's always
we
like
can,
2 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah, we give our predictions. Yeah, we go round by round.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
based on who we think is going to win
Right.
and who ends up, in the
Actually.
Super Bowl, and actually given our Super Bowl winning predictions.
Right. Right.
Yeah, so, yep. But with that said, it was good. It feels good being back.
Yeah.
Getting a video in there, talking some football, and just talking about the injuries and the different scenarios for teams to be able to clinch. Whether it's actually getting into the playoffs or clinching that number one seed.
Right.
So especially now, I think this is the second or third year that they only have one team on bye.
Yeah. Yeah.
For the first round.
Yeah.
So with that, it makes a big difference.
Big difference.
So whoever gets that number one seed, they get the first round bye and a home field.
A whole advantage
throughout the entire playoffs.
Yeah.
So, it's definitely a big deal.
Yeah.
Unless you lose in the divisional round like the Ravens tend to
do. For real.
Yeah. But you know what? With that being said, though, as long as Lamar is our quarterback, we're going to end it with this. As long as Lamar is the quarterback of the Ravens, every time they're in the playoffs, they're not going to make it to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
They're either going to win the first game and then lose the second one, or they're just going to lose the first one and be done.
Exactly.
So,
exactly.
Yeah. But that's just my take. So.
No, it's a good take. It's a good take.
So, but all right, guys. Well, with that being said, we will catch you in a couple weeks with a preview of the playoffs once the season's over.
And make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, share, and stay locked into us.
All right. See ya.